My name is Adrian Hurt. I'm a remote sales manager here at Set Schedule. Everyone has a little bit different of a view of success. For me, I always have specific goals broken down into like a monthly and a weekly and kind of like a daily tasks, essentially. Obviously, I have a certain amount of dollars that I'd like to bring in, and that's where I really work with myself and some of the reps that I manage and kind of game plan the whole month, essentially. So you can work backwards from what you want at the end of the month and break it down to daily tasks and kind of work it that way. Success can be, for me, is how much money I'm eventually going to make, and I like to take a daily success as well, kind of reward myself. Even if I don't, or if you don't close a deal one day, you can kind of spin that and say, hey, well, I gave it my best shot. I pitched 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times today, and kind of turn that into a success as well. I think it's great to start with a script and then build off of it. So as any salesperson gets a little bit more experience, gets their feet a little bit more wet, they can make it more genuine to themselves. So initially, if you're starting out, build off of the current script that you've actually got. And as you pitch more, as you meet with people, as you close more deals, you'll be able to fine tune that for yourself and for the prospect. You can kind of figure out which types of people are interested in different types of pitches and scripts and really figure out what works for specific prospects. Success tips. I'm all about keeping myself mentally sound. I think that's the most important part of life, just in general. So being able to be strong mentally and not getting too down on yourself is extremely useful, especially in any sort of sales job or career, because you're going to continuously run into rejection. There's obviously peaks and valleys to any sales position. So being able to take a step back, focus on the big picture, and not get too down on yourself is probably one of the most helpful tips that I would say for building a successful sales career, because I see it all the time, not just here at Set Schedule, in all sales roles. There's a lot of churn in any sort of sales career, and a lot of it comes down to being able to mentally handle the job. People let all the rejection get into them and they think they're a failure or they can't do it. But that really just does come with the territory of being in any sort of sales role. Yeah, so company culture and the camaraderie of a sales floor is extremely important to me. You need a lot of support, additionally, training, and I would strongly suggest having some sort of mentor in your career. Could be a parent, it could be someone you've gravitated to at a company, but they've already been through a lot of the struggles and trials and tribulations that you've experienced. So bouncing ideas and objections and struggles off of that mentor is really important. Like for me, I have a few here that I can quite honestly bring any sort of issue to, and they've got a really great answer about how to move forward from it. And it's not just in sales, it's in life, it's in, girlfriend, it's pretty much everything. So company culture is very important to me. I'm extremely competitive. I've played sports my entire life. So having a competitive culture and a competitive sales floor kind of pushes me to be number one and continuously get better and better and better at my profession. I have a few different mentors here at the office, and just in my regular life, my father has been a pretty big, support structure for me. He has his own business, and he's he handles the entire sales floor. So whenever I have an issue managing somebody or have had a tough day, I like to speak with him and figure out a great way to move forward, right? I think it's important to have a mentor because you're not going to know everything, right? And being able to recognize that you don't know everything and ask somebody for help is the only way that you're actually going to get better. So having someone that you can come to and you trust and they can give you great feedback is really how you develop, not only as a person, but as a sales rep as well. I would say it's more of a hindrance in sales than a help. I've dealt with people with huge egos. They're completely conflated and they think that they're this big shot when in reality, they're really not. Typically, people who have a very large ego don't think that they're doing anything wrong, right? If you're cocky and you think you're the best at everything, why would you go ask for somebody for help? So typically, if you have a very large ego, you're not nearly as coachable as someone that, maybe doesn't think that they're the best at everything. I deal with it on the sales side as well, where I'm speaking to a prospect with a huge ego, and that's something completely different. You can actually use that against them. If someone has a big ego, you can kind of poke them and make them feel good about it and kind of use that to your, advantage. I think for me, I don't want to say it's a lifestyle, it just sounds so stupid, but I think a lot of it is you're kind of born with it almost. But something that I do every single morning is the first thing I do when I wake up, I think about and write down what I want. What do I want to do today? What do I want to get out of the day? And that really helps me kind of structure my day a little bit more accordingly and keep my eye on the prize. Different types of sales skills can definitely be learned. Like with closing, I've noticed a lot of people get scared at the close. They don't have that killer mentality, so to speak. So with time, I think that those types of skills can be learned, but for some people, it's, having a sales mindset comes a little bit more naturally. If someone's played sports, I always think that is a huge advantage because sales really is like a sport. It's like scoring a goal or stopping a penalty or something like that, making the sales the same type of feeling. So for people who are just starting off in sales, I started in sales when I was still in college about 6 years ago. Get some sort of mentor or somebody who can help you, talk you off the ledge. Right? Because if you're going into this and you're not totally understand how any sales career works, it's going to be daunting mentally. So get a mentor, get someone you trust who's been there before. It's going to take a little bit of time. You're not going to start off and be closing tons of deals off the bat. Some people, they can do that, but the most people it's not going to be a quick fix or any sort of silver bullet or anything like that. So I would say give it some time, give it about a year, and if it's still not for you, then you can make a career change. But I personally love it. I love everything about it. I like the peaks, I like the valleys, I like the struggles, the successes, and at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to you as an individual. And some people love that, and other people are a little bit afraid of that. Hi, my name is Adrian Hurd. I'm a remote sales manager here at Set Schedule. Go ahead and follow us on YouTube and add us on all social media platforms.